Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shui, and I will begin our group presentation by introducing the background purpose and the scope of our project. The 33 Stanley Avenue residential development project. This project focuses on the development of 5 high-quality terrace residential units located at 33 Stanley Avenue, Milford on Auckland's North Shore. These homes are designed as two-story, 4-bedroom, during each equivalent with a garage and a landscape yard, targeting middle-income families seeking modern and efficient housing in a growing suburban area. Our team has applied the PMBOK project life cycle model, including initiation, planning, execution, and closeout, to manage the scope and the direction of this development effectively. The site presents some logical challenges due to its sloped terrain and sheer driveway access, which we've taken into account during both the planning and risk assessment phase. The primary objects of this project are clearly defined in our project chapter. We aim to obtain building consent by September 2025, complete construction and interior fit-out by December 2026, and reach a minimum return on investment of 15% by Q1 2027 through sales. The total estimated project budget is 2.52 million, which includes a 10% contingent to account for unexpected cost overruns or design changed. Our cost planning follows a bottom-up estimating approach, and we've structured the project schedule to follow a logical sequence of design, consent, site preparation, construction, and marketing. The project is backed by our sponsor, NZACG Limited, and management by group. The school project team includes architects, structural engineers, quantity surveyors, and local constructors. Key stakeholders also include Auckland Council, neighboring property owners, and prospective home buyers. In summary, this project sets a strong foundation for practicing real-world project management in the construction sector. We've developed a detailed project charter to align our scope, time, and budget, while proactive identifying risks and planning for success. Now, I'd like to hand over to Ying, who will talk you through the work breakdown structure and overall project structure.
Hi everyone, this is Ying. Today I'm going to talk about the work breakdown structure of this project. So, what is the WBS? Basically, it breaks a big and complex project into smaller, easier to manage tasks. Each task become clearer. We know what needs to be done, who's responsible, and when it should be finished. According to PM book, it's called a deliverable-oriented hierarchical breakdown. In simple words, WBS helps us organize everything in a smart way. We use a phase-based structure. First, we have design, consent, and long lead item like steel beams and windows. These materials needs to be ordered early to avoid delays. Then we move to site preparation and foundation. After that, we have framing, cladding, internal works, landscaping, and finally, final fit-off. Each phase includes small tasks. For example, under framing, we include steel installation and console inspections. Why did we choose this structure? Because it fits how most construction projects work in New Zealand. It also follows the timeline required by council inspection. And most importantly, the site has access problems. It's sloped and narrow. So we avoid the modular or fast track options that need large crane or overlapping work. In conclusion, WBS is more than just a task list. It helps us with scheduling, budgeting, and communication. It keeps the project on track from start to finish. Thank you. I'll hand over to Yuan Hong.
Hi, I'll be walking you through our planning schedule and resource strategies for this project. And this development involves the construction of 5 two-story units on a slope site in Melville, Auckland. And to manage the complexities of this build, we'll develop a comprehensive project schedule using Microsoft Project, aligning with the critical path method and activity on node logic as discussed in our CPM textbook. So the project schedule is broken into logical phase, design, permitting, construction, fit out, and handover. Each phase includes clearly defined task duration and dependence. For example, foundation boxing can only proceed after slab excavation and engineering inspection. This logical chain allow us to accurately identify the project's critical path and apply conservative time buffer, especially for weather sensitive tasks like slab pouring and roof insulation. We also explore overlapping activities such as beginning, fencing, and interior works in parallel to ensure that this didn't lead to overloading key trees. We use Microsoft Project's resource leveling function, and most resources are assigned at 100% full-time capacity. But the project manager, due to their cross-phase role, will allocate at 500% availability to manage concurrent streams effectively. So on the budgeting side, we categorized inputs into work, material, and fixed cost. As visualized in our pen chart, material cost dominates the budget at just over $1 million. Labor follow at around 500,000, and fixed costs such as inspection fees made us the rest. We avoid analogies estimating due to the complexity of having multiple subcontractors, and instead applied a bottom-up method for precision. So finally, to manage uncertainty, we allowed 10% contingency reserved and planned to adopt earned value management in future phase. This allows us to track our CPI and SPI, ensuring cost and schedule performance remain under control. So in summary, by combining critical path scheduling, smart resource allocation, and proactive risk planning, we've built a strong foundation for delivering this project efficiently and within budget. So now I'll hand it over to Dongling to walk you through our risk management.
Hi guys, I'm Dong Lin, and I will present 4 essential component of construction project management: the risk metric, the risk register, community management, and community management plan. Let me begin with the risk metric. The risk metric is a common tool used in project planning to assess the period risk. It works by evaluation 2 dimensions, likelihood and impact, to to categorize risk as low, medium, and medium high, and high. For example, a risk that is very likely to happen and would have a severe impact is considered high priority. Importantly, the priority levels shown later in the risk register, such as high, medium, or medium high, are directly derived from this metric. Each risk is assessed using the metric based on how likely it is to occur and how serious its impact would be. This structured approach ensures that we manage risk logically and consistently, rather than relying on guesswork. Now moving on to the risk register. The risk register is a detailed document that lists all identified risks, along with their trigger conditions, likelihood, impact, and response strategies. It also assigned a person responsible and states the risk priority, which is based on the risk matrix. For instance, a building consent delay caused by not being received after 6 weeks is categorized as very likely and severe, giving it a high priority. This kind of document helps the project team track and respond to risk proactivity through the project life cycle. Next is the community management, or more accurately, stakeholder communication. In construction, communication is very important. Smooth progress depends on ongoing coordination with stakeholders like clients, engineers, architects, and contractors. Regular meeting ensure updates and shared the decisions are aligned. More importantly, early communication helps identify potential problems before they grow, enhancing project efficiency and overall quality. Finally, let's look at the communication management plan. This plan outlines how communication will happen at each stage of the project. It covers meeting frequency, purpose, and the participants, and the communication method, as well as the responsible person. For example, a one-off kickoff meeting is held at the initial phase, where weekly toolbox meeting and daily site reports are used during construction. This structure plan ensures the right people get the right information at the right time. It's for reducing misunderstandings and spotting decisions making. That's our project. Thank you.